I already scribbled on some of it. Does anybody else need an extra copy of it for whatever reason? I actually ran off an extra copy just for giggles. Sit down.
Now we have to go back.
All right. Hurry, and leave the door cracked too for the back. All right. Can somebody remind me where we left off?
Oh, we were just doing random.
Oh, we're doing random problems.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes.
23.
23. It just occurred to me, I found out a way. I don't have the adapter, but I could do the document camera and then project the document camera on them. I think I'm going to go to Radio Shack or something tonight and see if I can figure that out. Okay. Hey Zoe, we're just starting. We're looking at, I'm sorry, which one? 23. Okay, practice exam, problem 23. Now let me double check something. Make sure everybody has their stuff. Oops. Assignments. I'm just double checking to make sure I sent everybody what I was supposed to send. Semester 1 practice exam. All right. Good. At the end of today, by the way, I'm going to be giving you another practice exam, which you can just do in groups. I think I mentioned that the other day. So we'll have that prepped probably by Monday. And I'll just print off physical copies for that. And I can also post a copy on Canvas for anybody who needs it. But for now, hey, wait, we are just starting. We're looking at problem number, and I'm sorry, what was it again? 23. Okay, let me circle that so I don't forget. All right. People listening at home, I've watched the videos of this. The Google Meets videos are actually pretty miserable. They're pretty hard to read. I'm amazed that you can read the stuff behind me. What I'm going to do is move this really, really, really close. And I'm going to kneel down and try my, oh yeah, take off my blazer so the thing doesn't, I mean it has a cool effect. It kind of looks like the gates of heaven behind me, but everything is glowing this really bright whitish blue. But yeah, not so much. And sorry, I normally don't do this, but the total huge amount of blackness makes the camera freak out. And I'm going to hit the middle lights. Okay. So hopefully that's a little better to read. Let me move it closer. Hang on a second. I literally have about 1.5 feet to kneel here. So, Mary Kate, question. Oh, is that better? Okay, hang on. Wow. All right. I guess so. I see a sort of a streak here, so it's not getting in your way. Okay, well, so be it. Okay, let me see how far I can go on here. So I can go up to here. That's about the top. And then over to here, I guess. I'm just seeing how far I can go without going on the screen. And then about here. And then low about here. All right then. I'll try and write small. So let's try our best. Oh, this thing is crooked. Hang on. I can go a little further. Like here, maybe? Welcome to COVID tech chaos. Okay, number 23. Here's the problem we were working on. Negative radical 2 plus radical 3 times 3 radical 2 minus 2 radical 3. Okay. Is that visible from home, y'all? Well, home, quote unquote. Not in the classroom. All right. So, how do you do this? Thoughts? Boil, correct. Go ahead and do it for me. Try the first. -3 radical 4, good. Keep going, then the outer. So what's negative times negative? Positive. And then 2 times radical 2 times radical 3. So just put the radicals together and put numbers together. 6, good. And then this one? It is 3.
Okay. 3.
Plus or minus? Plus.
3 radical.
Good. And then?
-2 radical.
9. Nice. Everybody all right with that so far? I'll get it out of the way. Titus, take over. Can you simplify anything?
You can simplify 2 and 3 radical 6.
Okay, what does that mean?
5 radical 6.
5 radical 6. Those are like terms. Does anything else simplify?
The minus 2 and radical 9 simplifies to -6.
Yeah, radical 9 becomes 3. So negative 2 times 3 is -6. What about over here?
That becomes -6 too.
Yeah, this becomes, radical 4 is really 2, and then negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. So, final step? Go on.
You add the -6. Who's -12?
Negative 12, correct, plus,
5 radical 6.
you got it. There's your answer. Does that make sense? Should we follow that? Next, Bella, go. 24, Emily. I think I can even squeeze it in. 2 plus radical 5 all over radical 10. Why can't I just leave it that way? Oh, okay. Why can't I just leave it that way? I don't know. It does. There's also something terribly wrong with it.
Oh,
Radical invasive. Does anything simplify right now? Elijah,
can't you?
can I cancel the 5 and the 10?
No.
Why not?
Because of the plus sign.
The plus sign, correct.
But you can split the problem up.
Okay.
So 2 over 10 plus radical 5, or no.
Good heavens, he's here. Okay. Yeah. Hi. Yes, welcome back.
2 over radical 10 plus radical 5.
Yeah, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this. By the way, can everybody still read this? It looks like it's kind of glare on the screen, but okay. Rick, is that okay? Okay. Larry, are you okay? Okay, good. So, one option is to split it up. Dividing the whole thing by radical 10 is the same thing as dividing each one by radical 10. This is legitimate. Does anything reduce now?
Yes.
Go for it.
Radical 5 and radical 10.
Go down to what?
Radical 1 and radical 2.
Radical 1 and radical 2. Now, that didn't go down all the way. And I'll let you be the judge as to whether this is faster or not. But, what's radical 1? 1. And radical 2 is just icky. Can I leave these like that?
No.
No. What do I have to do?
Radical invasion.
Right. Do you remember the pure for that?
Yes.
How?
So that one.
No hostages, by the way, which is nice.
2 over radical 10 is radical multiplied by radical 10 over radical.
Yeah. Multiply by radical 10, radical 10. And then what would you multiply this one by?
Radical 2 radical.
Radical 2, radical 2. Tell me what you get.
2 radical 10
Huh?
and 10.
Over 10 plus
1 radical, or radical 2.
over
2.
2. Does anything reduce?
Yes.
Where?
2 and 10.
Yes. Question. Can the 10 and the 10 reduce? No. One's a radical, one's not. The 2 and the 10 do to 1 and 5. So, oh man, can I squeeze this in? Oh, I think I can go a little more. So it goes to radical 10 over 5 plus radical 2 over 2. This is one possible answer. There are two answers to this. They're both right. Does anybody else know another option for this beast? Sorry.
You can multiply both sides by radical 10.
Right. You can multiply top and bottom by radical 10 right away. And it's really kind of up to you as to whether this thing works. Please put the thingy away. Thank you. The flashy, flashy thing. Thank you. Go ahead and do it.
That would be 2 radical 10
Huh?
plus a radical 50
Okay.
over 10.
Over 10. Now how do you reduce it?
The 2 radical 10 cannot reduce,
Correct.
but the radical 50 can.
All right.
It would be 25 times 2,
Right. Radical 25, radical 2. What does that boil down to?
5 radical 2.
Yeah. This becomes 2 radical 10 plus 5 radical 2 all over 10. One more thing to reduce it, to simplify it. Reagan, take over. How would you simplify this thing one more step? The plus is stopping us from canceling the 2 and the 10 so far. Here's a hint. Dividing the entire thing by 10 is the same as dividing. Oh, okay. Oh. Dividing each one by 10. So you've got 2 radical 10 over 10 plus 5 radical 2 over 10. Does anything reduce? Joe. In this math. I mean, lovely stuff. Like just in here. Yeah. I'm sorry? Can I reduce the 10 and the 10?
No.
No, one's a radical, one's not. Does anything reduce in that? The 2 and the 10 go down to what?
5 and 1.
Yeah, so it's going to be radical 10 over 5 plus, and Cece, you take the last one.
5 and 10 reduced to 1 and 2.
So what's your final answer?
Radical 2 over 2.
Got it. And if you'll notice, it's the exact same answer. I really don't know which way was faster. They're kind of the same, but take your pick. Question? On this
What
one?
if I just,
Okay.
what if I just left it 2 radical 10 plus 5 radical 2 all over 10?
Over 10, you would get most of the credit, but I would take off a few points if it's not fully reduced. Okay, Ray Kate's question. Oh, first of all, were there any other questions on this thing? Problem number 20, whatever it was, 24. Everybody feeling okay? Any digital audience as well as the regular? Okay, so I'm sorry, which one?
26.
26, okay. That's an extra credit one. I can do that a little later. I want to give pride of place to the regular problems first. But remind me before don't let me run off without it. Next, go. 25. Oh yeah, that monster. So let's take a look. And number 25.
Wait, didn't Mary Kate ask for 26?
Yeah, but not
She did, but that's extra credit.
Okay.
I just explained. So 25. Negative, let me write 25. Negative 2 minus radical 5 over negative 1 minus 4 radical 3. Now this is a hostage situation. How do you fix it? Max, take over.
You would multiply. Yeah, so right now you would multiply the conjugate of the denominator.
Yes. What is the conjugate?
It's negative 1 plus 4 radical 3.
Yes. Switch the sign of the middle term, and then you also
Same thing on the bottom.
right. How do you actually multiply these? How does that work? What do you technically do? What technique?
Foil.
Foil. You're gonna foil the top, foil the bottom. Tell you what, do you wanna pick the top for me? Try the first.
2.
How's the 2? Then,
Negative
Good, plus negative 8 radical 3.
Negative radical 5.
Actually, negative times negative is
Oh,
positive.
5.
So you can do 1 radical 5 or just radical 5. Okay, keep going.
Negative 20 radical 3.
This is radical 5 though.
So,
There's a 1 here if that helps.
negative 4
4.
radical 15.
Nice. 4 radical 15. Take over, Elijah. Let's hang on to those, please. Max, yeah. What do we have to do? Good.
Can you,
Bottom, foil.
make for one,
1. Keep going.
sign negative 4 radical 3,
Good.
and then, 4 radical 3 plus 4
Plus 4 radical 3.
and then 6, negative 16,
Uh-huh.
radical 9.
Radical 9. Nice.
It's also right 3.
Which is also number 3. We'll do that in a second. Any questions so far? Before we go too far. We multiply top and bottom of the conjugate of the bottom. That's the hostage situation. And then we FOIL. Now let's just simplify. Let me see. Sarah, take over. Try the top. Does anything add up?
No.
No. There are no like terms whatsoever. How about the bottom?
Can you move a little to, yeah, so the negative 4 radical 3 and the 4 radical 3 cancel?
Yeah, these two cancel. What are you left with? Oh, what is radical 9 by the way?
3, so
3.
16, negative 16 times 3 is,
Negative something.
yeah, 48,
Yeah, very good. So we've got 1 minus 48. What is that?
47,
Almost.
negative.
Negative 47. Your final answer? 2 plus negative 8 radical 3 plus radical 5 plus negative 4 radical 15 all over negative 47. Ta-da. Yeah, so that one, the reason it looks so grotesque is because there are no like terms, so you just sort of stuck with it. Sorry.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
So on 24, first of all, your answer key says
Oh,
the
yeah,
answer
right.
is 2 radical 10 plus 5 radical 2 over 10.
Yeah.
It's not simple.
Are you seriously?
Yeah, and
Oh, I'm
then,
gonna smack the computer.
for 25,
I guess I will accept that.
okay.
And I will beat up the computer on my own time, thanks. You okay?
And then 25, it says it's negative 2 plus 8 radical 3 minus radical 5 plus 4 radical 15 all
Or
over
47? Okay, what they did is they divided by negative 1 on the top and bottom. So that was kind of dumb of them, actually. So I'll accept either one. That's, yeah, that's, anyway, moving on. Next, any questions on this? 25. Next. Max and Jordan, go.
I just have a question,
Yeah,
like a general question.
okay.
Is this graded?
This practice test, it is not graded. It is your chance to find out what the real test looks like and feels like. Oh, the extra credit or practice extra credit. That's what, the real extra credit questions on the exam are gonna look a lot like these. So I'll give you a good shot of trying to get them. Ron.
6.
Number 6, yeah, let me find out where that is. Okay. Division problem. Let me get this thing up. How far down can I go here? Okay, I can actually go down pretty far. I'm just talking to myself. I'm gonna modify this now. There you go. Okay, number 6. We've got m squared plus 5m minus 36 all over m minus 4. Now again, there's some people who are tempted to multiply by 1 over n minus 4. That's clever, but it won't reduce. It won't get you a remainder. So you really have no other choice but to do long division. So, add the opposite, add the opposite. Tell me how to do this. Oh, math people. Where do I start? Yeah.
You see how many times m goes in there, m squared?
Right. First of all, can 2 digits go into 1?
No.
No, so there'll be nothing in the front. Can 2 go into 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, now let's try that trick. How many times does m go into m squared?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's find out.
No.
What would you write here? Like, what do you actually write out?
M squared over m.
Yeah, what does that actually give you?
M.
M. Good. That's where you put up here. It goes in m times. What do you do with that m? Oh, sorry, hang on, let me split this to 15.
Multiply it by the other m.
Yeah, multiply it. So what's m times m?
M squared.
M squared. And then m times negative 4?
4m. Negative 4m.
Negative 4 m. What do you do with that row?
You add the opposite off.
Good. How many opposites? Add the opposite, and then the opposite of negative is positive. Cancel, and what do you get?
9m.
9m.
Oh, that's where I went wrong.
Good. Take over, Max. Question or answer?
Both, I guess.
Answer. Go. What do you do next?
Bring down the negative 36,
Okay. Keep going.
and then you see how many times m goes into 9m.
How many times does it go in?
I don't know.
Yes, indeed. 9m divided by m is what?
It goes in
9.
9. So plus 9. Go for it. Keep going.
Then you.
What do you do with the 9?
You multiply it by m,
Okay. What do you get?
9m.
Okay.
Then you multiply the 9 with negative 4,
Right.
which is negative 38, 36.
6. Now what do you do with that row?
I add the opposite.
Good. What happens now?
9m's reduced, well, 9 negative. We cancel.
They cancel, yeah. 9m plus negative 9m cancel completely. And then what's 36 plus negative 36?
0.
So what's your remainder?
0.
0.
My question was like, is it necessary to multiply 9 by 9m, or by m?
Oh, yeah, why would it not be?
Well, they always cancel.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The short answer is yes. If you can know ahead of time it's going to cancel, if it doesn't cancel, then you know something went wrong. This is another way to double check your work. But yes, please show your work. If there's no remainder, you don't have to write a remainder, and your answer is m plus 9. And that's it. Questions on that? People at home, questions? Olivia, Sophia, Mary Kate? Okay, next, Joanna.
You do 13.
13, let me take a look. Alrighty. They wanted you to factor this. Oh yeah, that's a monster. Let's do it over here. And, oh my goodness, did I hit start on this?
I did.
Oh, oh,
I think it.
I so love you. I just, you have saved my day.
Sarah told me to.
Okay, thank you. For all of you who contributed to that, I will pray for you forever. Okay. Oh my goodness, I almost had a heart attack. And then, no, it's like a half hour away, like, no video. Okay, we got it.
25
We got
minutes.
it. Okay,
Wow, when we technical.
okay. All right, moving on for number 13. All right, 245, yeah, I know it's a monster, n cubed, plus 98 n squared, plus negative, forgive me, 105 n, plus negative 42. They want you to factor this thing. Now, factoring is not the absolute easiest thing to do when the numbers are that big. Is there a GCF? Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
did
is-
GCF for 7.
7, correct. Feel free, by the way, is there a letter or no? Can you pull out an N or no? No, because this one doesn't have an N. So, how many times does 7 go into this thing?
35.
Yeah. 35 N cubed plus
14 n squared.
14 N squared, okay?
15 n negative.
Negative 15 N plus
7. No.
Negative
6,
okay.
that's why.
negative 6. There you go. Questions? Now, you can factor by grouping.
I did that in the beginning.
So did I.
But I got it right. I just gonna pull a gigantic
Oh.
GCS.
Well, you could do grouping first, but you will have to eventually pull out the 7.
Yeah, I just didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Then you lose a small enough one. So,
You will eventually.
here,
Oh, yeah.
35 and 14, you could pull out, I think, a 7n squared, is that right?
Yeah.
And then left behind is 5n plus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Murgatroyd, start negative, pull out a negative. Pull out a negative what?
3.
Negative 3. And you should have 5n plus a positive 2. And this should work. Pull it out in front and the inside stuff. So 7, parentheses 5n plus 2, parentheses 7n squared minus 3. And then we'll do it. Questions? Everybody ready? Yeah.
Could you do it by grouping first, like you do on board?
Could I do it on the board grouping first? Yes. I'm going to turbo it, but yes. What will it look like if you grouped it beforehand? I'm going to fix my dot thingy. So what happens if you actually did it first? 245, let's try it. 245 n cubed plus 98 n squared. Oops.
49.
Plus negative 105 n plus negative 42. If you grouped it right away, you should get 49 comes out of it, and then n squared. And then you'd have 5n plus 2. And then here, you would be, I think, negative 21. And then you'd have 5n plus 2. It does work, it's kind of big and clunky.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So this becomes 5n plus 2, and then 49 n squared plus negative 21. But if you notice the second one, there's a GCF still hiding in there, 7. So you'd get 5n plus 2 times 7, parentheses 7n squared plus negative 3. And then I pull the 7 all the way in the front, and I get what I did before. Okay. So this would be decent. You wouldn't lose a lot of points, maybe 3 out of 10. And then this would give you the entire points if you scooped the 7 out in front.
This is worth 10 points?
7n squared.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Each one is worth.
Each one is 10.
Each one is worth 10.
How many points are the total?
Well, what I do is I take the total number of points and then divide it, I make a percentage. So the final score is going to be a percentage. I'll enter something out of 100 in the computer. But this thing would be, there are 25 questions, I think?
Yeah,
So it'd be 250 points.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It'll only register as 100 points in the grade book, because I divide it down to a percentage. So it's not worth 2.5 times the number. Well, it's an exam, so it's worth, yeah, a lot. It's worth 20% of your grade. So,
20?
but it's, yeah, it is.
That's it? That is a lot.
It is a lot.
That's it.
We are straight, yeah. We are, we're the equivalent of mathematical Navy SEALs anyway, so, hey, don't worry about it. Mary Kate and then Johanna and then Susie, yeah. Question, Mary Kate? Okay, let me do a list here. Johanna, was that
16.
16? And CC, you went one?
It was the same as John.
6-1, 16. All right, any other ones? How long do we have here?
Wait, I might have another one.
Yeah, we're not doing too badly.
Got like 20.
Okay, that's actually pretty good, all things considered.
2 minutes is the last one.
Any questions on this, on number 13? Everybody good on this? Can I wipe it out? All right, Johanna's yours is number 14, correct?
No, that's Mary Kay.
Oh, no, that was 16. That was Mary Kay's. Do you have an extra one?
Yeah.
What do you want?
I,
I'll just add it to the list.
12.
12, okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's do number 14 first. It is, they want to factor this, 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. I will tell you there are two ways to factor this. One is much faster than the other. See it? Yeah, John.
GCF.
He's there, GCL.
Yes. 30.
Unfortunately, 3 doesn't go to 16. Nice try.
Then I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, well. You can, unfoil only works if you have a 1 in front. You can magic pair. That will work. That is the long way. By the way, the magic pair is kind of like the bazooka of the math world. It'll take out pretty much any degree 2 polynomial. If it factors at all, it'll factor it. Elijah.
Binomial
It's
squared.
a binomial squared. Tell me where it came from.
3x plus 4.
Done. Square the first, double the product, square the last. If it seems to fit square the first, square the last, look where this came from. Now you do have to check. The first works obviously, the second works obviously, but does the double product work?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
It does.
3x times 4 is what?
12.
Now double it.
24.
Ding,
Oh,
ding,
you
ding,
have to
ding, ding, ding.
multiply it, but you have to add.
Right, nope, double it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do the magic pair version. You just want to give me a workout, don't you? All right.
I hate magic pairs so much.
This is going to be brutal, I'll warn you. Okay, 16 times 9x squared is 144x squared, I think. Yeah, if you go down the 1x times 144x, 2x times 72x, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, you will hit this. 12x times 12x.
Oh my god.
That works. Use that to replace your magic pair.
What did I do?
Okay.
That was the best binomial squared.
Everybody clear that one. Number 14.
I don't like binomials. Yeah, I don't like magic.
All right. That was number 14. You pretty good on that one? Okay. Is anybody else still writing that down? So can I erase this?
Yes.
People at home?
Yes.
Well, people in remote. Okay.
Okay.
Number 16.
No sense.
Number 16 looks like, oh yeah, solve by factoring. 16 looks like this. 24v squared plus 40v minus 64 equals 0. Now the very first thing you do, it says solve by factoring. We will also need something called the zero product property, that something times something equals 0. But first, add the opposite. Is there a GCF? Good.
There is 8.
8. Looks good. 8 parentheses what?
3v squared
Okay.
plus 5v
Uh-huh.
plus 8. Negative 8.
Plus negative 8. Good. Reagan, take over. Ignore the 8. How would you factor this monster?
I don't know.
If there's a 3 in front, there's really only one option. Big huge.
Thank you.
Magic pair.
I hate it.
Okay, Bella, take over. Just ignore the 8 in front for now. Okay. Negative 24, v squared, good.
And then, 8v times -3v.
Nice. 8b times negative 3b. If you can find the pair right away, you don't have to list them all. I would recommend listing them all if you are at all nervous about this. You say, I might have missed something. Hey, it's prime. That's why, don't immediately assume something is prime just because it doesn't solve in the first 10 seconds. So, this is awful, prime. I've seen so many people do that. And like, no.
Yes. I've done that.
Prime does not mean annoying. Prime does not mean, I'm sick of this. Prime means it doesn't work ever. Alright, so this plugs into this. We now have, oh sorry, wrong one. Need to hear. The 8 is already out. So we're going to have 3b squared plus 8b plus negative 3b plus negative 8.
Yeah, I flip mine, make a match.
Does that make sense? And yeah, they can factor by
Grouping.
grouping. This comes out to be what? What comes out of here?
V.
V. And then 3b plus 8 is left. What comes out of here though?
Negative V.
Negative.
V.
This one doesn't know V though.
Negative, just negative.
Negative what?
1.
1. Nice.
Negative.
And then
Just
3b
negative, okay?
plus 8. A negative is positive. So this pulls 8 parentheses 3b plus 8, and then the leftovers are v minus 1. Remember, it's equal to 0.
Shoot, I got that one.
Now, there's one more step. Something times something equals 0. That's called the zero product property. You set all the pieces equal to 0. So either 8 is equal to 0, or 3b plus 8 is equal to 0, or v minus 1 is equal to 0. One of these is a dud. Yeah. Yeah, there's never a case where 8 is 0, so you don't have to worry about that. Give me another one.
The answer key says negative,
Yeah, I'm sure. You tell me what do you say? Pretend the answer key is completely lying to you. It's like
well,
a communist
it has
plot to
mine.
do whatever. What?
It has the mine.
Well, all right, but good.
Okay, so you subtract 8,
Yeah.
then you divide
So
by
3b equals negative 8, and then divide by what?
3.
Divide by 3. Does that come out evenly? Yeah, just leave it. Negative 8/3.
Yeah.
And then,
Add 1.
right, what do you get?
1, equals 1.
V equals 1, and you were done. Make sense? That's how you get your own. Quick question on this or on something else?
So I kind of skipped the whole zero product steps.
Okay.
So
That
my
would be a
left-
problem.
my left
Whenever they
hand
ask
answer.
solve, they want v equals, or x equals. When they ask for solving, and by the way, there's a dead giveaway when it's equal to 0.
Yeah.
That's sort of the math world code for I'm about to solve something. Okay? So I want actual solutions for x, for v or x or whatever you're looking for. Right? Factoring is great, but that's only half the battle here. Solve by factoring means finally get the answers. Finally get what v equals. Solutions. No, questions? Oh, good.
So how many points did you get off if you didn't do the whole?
How many points? First of all, don't go, don't try and psych yourself out here. So how many points can I lose here without actually fixing things? Fix them. This is a skill you need to know how to have. If it says solve, you should have things like this when you're done. You should not just have a bunch of parentheses. If it says factor, congratulations, you're done. If it says solve, congratulations, you're halfway done. Bella, quick question. Excuse me. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me do number 12 first, then I'll do number 18. So we got 14 to 16 on the way. And then, I think we can squeeze that in. Yeah. So, is everybody okay on this one, number 16? On the audience or at home?
Yeah.
Okay, Max, question?
This is about 18.
18,
Like,
okay.
this is about the answers.
I haven't done it yet, but,
Would I have had to have, let's see, distributed, for the top?
hang on a second. Try to see what 18 actually is.
Like, it's 8x, or it's 8,
Uh,
x plus 1.
oh, you should have gotten, yes.
Would I-
You had 5 parentheses x minus 2 plus 3 parentheses x plus 3. Yeah, you have to distribute those.
Well, and then,
Was distributed where you wanted?
so I got, this is my answer, I got, 8, parentheses x plus 1 over, x plus 3 times x.
So hold that question until we actually get there, and then because I can't do all of that in my head, I'm not 100% let me check. We got 18. Number 12
Mr. Cox, can somebody at the door?
is spraying my doorknob.
Oh.
I've kind of gotten used to that eventually. Number 12, did we do that one already?
No.
We didn't do 12, okay. Number 12, it looks familiar. No, it's up there, but I was wondering if we actually did. No, we
We
didn't.
did it yesterday. Yeah.
Did we do it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll turbo it, how about that? Minus 33B plus 40. And if you missed this, watch the video. So, magic pair. 200. Yo, I remember this one, yeah. It was a monster.
Oh, CC. Yeah.
So if you go down, I think it was like 25 and 8. Yeah. So negative 8b times negative 25b. And that should plug in. And you should be able to do that one. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then look at last year's, last year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody good on that? Number, what do I mask? Number 18. Where was it? Here it is. That's the find a common denominator thing. 18 looks like this. 5 over x plus 3 plus 3 over x minus 2. In order to add fractions, you need a common denominator. What is this missing to make a full common denominator? That,
X minus.
yeah, it's missing an x minus 2, but you have to do it to both sides. What's this missing?
X plus 3.
It's missing an x plus 3 to both sides. Go ahead and do that for me. What's the new top?
On the new top would be, that'd be 5x
Uh-huh.
minus 10
Good.
plus 3x
Uh-huh.
plus 9.
Good. A lot of people put 3x plus 3. And then leave the bottom alone. X plus 3, x minus 2. Does anything else happen on the top, Bella? Grouping. Well, sort of. You could do grouping, although you get back to where you started. They just want you to put it together. They're adding, they're not factoring. So what do you get? Just do the like terms.
Oh, you would,
I just wanted time, don't worry about it. So 5x and 3x is
8x.
8x.
And,
Yeah, minus 1. Over, and did anything cancel? Does anything cancel on these two? Is there any x plus 3 ends up or x minus 2 ends up? No. You're done. And the top does not factor. There are no parentheses on top. Does that help answer your question? Max?
So for the top, I had, I didn't distribute the 8.
I don't know what you mean by distribute the 8.
So
What do you have written? Read down exactly what you see.
8 parentheses x minus 1.
Okay, the parentheses should not be there. The parentheses are there by accident. Those should not be there. Because up here is 5 parentheses x minus 2. I think what you did is you tried to combine this parentheses with this parentheses automatically. And you did the plus 2 minus x plus 1 or something like that. I'm not sure 100%, but no parentheses should show up down here. If you tried to pull out the 8, there's no 8 in here that could. If you had 8x minus 8, that would have been 8 parentheses x minus 1.
I think I tried to add the 2 numerators.
Okay, you can't do them straight away. Well, the reason why, order of operations, what do you do first? Add or multiply? Multiply. We've got to distribute first, then you can add them together. Okay? Well, okay. Yeah, okay. Everybody good on number 18? Everybody good? Yeah, question. Any other questions on 18?
Yeah, it's on 18.
Any other questions at home? Okay, so, no other questions at home then, Joanna, one more?
I have a question on
18, go.
18. So I might have done the parentheses wrong and did x plus 3 on the left side. Like, yeah, I kind of did x plus 3
So what did you do?
multiplied by the bottom and the top.
Oh, you did x plus 3 on this side?
Yeah.
Okay, this one already has an x plus 3, you gotta fill in what's missing. Like, what is this missing to make it common denominator? It has the x plus 3, but it needs the other one. So the other one will go boom, boom. The x plus 3 would be on this side. Okay, yeah.
Is it just crisscross across?
Yes, crisscross across, by the way, crisscross across is basically this. They do the exact same thing. Reminder, crisscross across only works if you have two fractions. If you have 3 or 4 or 5 fractions, it doesn't work. Then you have to do it the good old fashioned way. But yes, you can crisscross across if you have 2 fractions. It'd be 5 times this, which is exactly what we did. And then 3 times this, which is exactly what we did. And then across, which is just what we did. Yeah, so yes, it will work. Any last questions? Wow, we pulled this off in like 2 minutes to start. Yeah, okay, question.
Can you do 17?
Okay. Let me see. Yes, as a matter of fact, that can be a relatively fast one. Let me wipe this up. Number 17 looks like this. They're trying to add x, hush please, x plus 2y over 4y cubed minus 4x minus 2y over 4y cubed. We have a little bit of a good news here. We've got a common denominator. Just a second. So you can add these. The problem is, see the subtraction? Everybody look up here. Gentlemen? How do you do subtraction? Yeah. Okay.
That'd be up.
How many opposites?
2.
Add the opposite opposite. Okay? Now, the final answer is going to be over 4y cubed, because we've got a common denominator. Put the like terms together. 1x plus negative 4x is, anybody?
Negative 3.
Negative 3x plus
4y.
4y. Got it. And then the restriction, y cannot be allowed to be what?
Negative 4.
Negative 4 is okay, because negative 4 too. If you're a y minus 4 or y plus 4, y cannot be 0. 4 times 0 is the bubble. Questions? All right. Yeah, Mary Kay, real fast.
So after I got it,
Oh, okay. So you did this? Ladies and gentlemen, you should not be talking. I cannot hear anything. I'm not going to class. Don't pack up yet. Should be in your seats. Rana. Sit. Liza. Thank you. Negative 1 parentheses 3x minus 4y. And that'll be over 4y cubed. That's okay. That's good. Alrighty. So there's really nothing that cancels, so you just sort of stuck with that. Questions? Alright. For now, for the rest of the, remember we're going to have Friday class. So tomorrow I will have another practice test for you to work on in groups. And then we will thrash that through on Monday and Tuesday. And then I've been talking with people on Slack to see. Wednesday there's a review section for there's like test slot 1 and test slot 2. I do not know who you're going to be reviewing with on Wednesday. That's what I'm asking the other staff members to see which class really needs a lot of review. By that time, we'll have reviewed to death, so I'm not sure we really need them out.
Yeah, because literature will get it out of the way.
So, yeah, we'll go around there.
So I'm not gonna be here tomorrow for math.
Okay, so I will post it on Canvas too, the practice test, version 2. Mary Kay, real quick, and then I'll go Max.
I have 2 things. Since I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, will you send me the test today?
Okay, I will post it on Canvas, but I'll post it today. Okay,
And
I might not be able to post it until like 3 o'clock, so watch for it. Okay, and then the other one was what?
And oh, should I retake any test? I'm saying now, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, send me an email to remind me, and I should be able to send you a take-home version of that. We'll talk, and we'll set up a time to do that next week. Okay. We'll have to do it online with me proctoring you, but yes, we can do that. Yeah, Matt.